It's so fun to see the fans, young and old, coming to the rest center supporting these teams.
Relentless defense, and I'm so proud of their efforts and being patient. That was the difference between first and second half.
Peterson, another board, and the putback. How about a steal?
I mean, I think it goes back to defense again. When our offense isn't going as we always wanted to, we just always control what we can control, and we knew they were going to fall eventually, so we kept shooting.
After tax, it's in.
But I think the most important thing is sticking together as a team. We really did that. Like, stuff wasn't going our way in the first half. We relied on each other. We trusted in each other, and we're like, hey, we got this, and we stuck with it. And what a turnaround.
Xavier is going back to the championship game in Division III.
Kinsley Ketterhagen on the dribble drive, getting in the lane.
I think my teammates helped me out a lot. I mean, everything I do it because of them. I mean, they got me the ball in really tough situations.
Her three-point game is so deadly.
Just being there with my team is really exciting. We've been coming like a long way, trying to work together, coming off of tough injuries, and I think it's going to be a great day.
Our role players will take us all kinds of places, and tonight Macy took us, and Aubrey took us, and Jordan took us.
Van Ness all the way to the basket.
Those three won the game because they blitzed the heck out of Kinsey, Riley, and Addie. And
the Lady Dutch, they'll get a chance to play for a gold ball in 2025 on Saturday.
All right, getting ready to tip off our D3 game. We're having some audio issues courtside with Scott and Coach Pep, so you're going to join me for the first couple minutes here. Oostburg controls. This is an Oostburg team that won titles in 1990, 94, and 2008. Looking to add another gold ball here this afternoon. Xavier got here by beating top-seeded Elkmound. Oostburg took down Laconia in a good semifinal on Thursday. Xavier, the runner-up last year, looking to go one win further and take the gold ball this year. Again, Nick Tabbert with you. We'll get you back to Scott Emmerich and Coach Pep as soon as we can. We're having a few audio issues courtside. Ball out of bounds. It'll go back to Oostburg. Defensive pressure has been a story all week long. You'll see some extended pressure here from Xavier. Oostburg with the ball, just getting started here. Division III championship game. And an extra step there on that drive. And give the ball back to the Hawks. Xavier, 45-35 win over Elkmound. Struggled to score in the first half, especially from outside, to pick things up. Made a big run in the second half. Turned up the defensive pressure. Defense has been a theme here this week at State. And another turnover. Both teams trying to settle in here. Xavier, open look from the corner. And how about a three-pointer to get us started?
Bryn Kroll.
Bryn Kroll splashing for three, and Xavier has an early 3-0 advance. All right, we've got the audio issues fixed. We'll send you back courtside to Scott Emmerich and Coach Pep.
Nick, outstanding job coming in relief out of the bullpen right off the gate, and we are off to an exciting start here in our Division III championship. Xavier out in front, wearing their home white uniforms. They have possession right now. Oostburg in their road blacks. 3-ball on the way was off the mark by Faith Hafner, and on the run is Oostburg. Addie Ketterhagen. Spinorama in the lane, and the Lady Dutch in front.
That's exactly what we said they wanted to do today. They want to establish that inside game, knowing that Xavier doesn't have a post in at the moment. Addie's pretty strong to the rim there. Nice finish.
Here's Hafner on the drive. Lost the handle, out of bounds. It'll go back over to Oostburg.
Addie set it up well. She crosses late and then is able to just pull up, maintain that pivot foot, and shoot over the top.
Ketterhagen, she has the ball right now. She's the team's leading scorer, about 21 points a game and almost 8 rebounds a game.
She is kind of the spark that gets things going usually, but as teams have started to key in on her and on Riley, we've had other players step up, as Coach said in his comments in the opening.
There's Kinsley Ketterhagen. She was outstanding from beyond the arc the other day.
She's being defended by Joy Kroll, one of the best defenders in this division in the state. She had a great game at two great games at State last year, and against Elkmound, she drew the tough matchup with Ellie Chiswick from Elkmound. So Joy is definitely a defender to keep an eye on in this game.
Oostburg by 1. We'll take a timeout and hear a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Andy Van High leading the Xavier Hawks back here to State for the second year in a row and into the state title game in his 3rd season leading the Hawks. Isaiah Ketterhagen in his 8th year at Oostburg. Former boys coach at Ozaki High School for 13 years, so he's got a lot of coaching experience as well, and of course coaching his daughters through the ranks from when they were in 3rd grade.
Yes, and Coach Van High coached his daughter Hallie last year in the state tournament, so he doesn't have a daughter on the team now, but definitely has that perspective as well. Both do such a great job of coaching all the girls on their roster.
So many family ties in this one. Here's one of them, Joy Kroll with the steal and the layup. And the Hawks back in front.
That is what she does so well. She puts so much pressure on ball against defenders. Kinsley's a great ball handler, but Joy just picked up on her crossover there.
And Ness gives it out to Ketterhagen on the swing. Macy Bruging.
Xavier's bringing a lot of defensive pressure on the perimeter. They know the three-point game is what Oostburg is known for. They're running them off the three-point line, switching everything they can just to keep jumping those dribble attacks by Oostburg.
Hafner has it for the Hawks. Bryn Kroll now setting up the offense for Xavier. Hafner with Kingsley Ketterhagen on her.
Bryn had a hard time getting going offensively against Elk Mound, but I think when we were having our audio issues, she was able to hit the first shot for Xavier, so I think that probably settled her in a little bit on Saturday from how Thursday went.
A 5-second call and a turnover for Xavier, but moments ago, you got to look at Joy Kroll, the junior.
She does a great job of reading crossovers on ball handlers and kind of made Kingsley pay for being a little loose on that one.
This is Kingsley Ketterhagen, just a freshman. We'll say that quite a bit today, I imagine. Van Ness on the drive. Here is Kingsley. Her first three-pointer is right down the hatch.
When she gets her feet set, that release is so quick, it's very difficult for anyone to close out on it. And Oostburg is so good about finding her on the perimeter. She doesn't need much time and space.
She leads the team in three-point percentage at 43% on the year. Now Bryn Kroll trying to answer, can't quite get it. And it bounces out of bounds back over to Oostburg.
Talk about being catch ready, that extra pass. She doesn't need anything but just one little bounce, and she's releasing it.
From the college three-point line, by the way.
I think her goals of playing at the next level have meant that she's learned to shoot from that level early.
Riley Ketterhagen a little hard on the shot, loose inside, and that's going to be a foul on Xavier. Battling for it was Addie Ketterhagen.
Oostburg likes to put pressure on the rim like that. They were able to really get to the free throw line a lot in their game on Thursday. And, you know, Addie Ketterhagen had 13 points, but 11 came at the free throw line. So just a great free throw shooting team.
Our first substitutions, Lena Peterson checking in for Xavier. And Jordan Lentz for Oostburg. Ketterhagen misses that three-point attempt. Long rebound comes out to Annika Hyman. Here she comes on the run. Lentz defending her, now the double team. On the dribble drive, and the kick.
Xavier doing exactly what they want to do. They're attacking, trying to put pressure, but Oostburg's defense is incredible as well.
Big collision right in front of us. And it'll stay with Xavier. A lot of hands flying through there.
Good move by Xavier to put Lena Peterson in, give a real post presence and make Kingsley stay inside.
Off the miss. Addie Ketterhagen now over to Riley. Here's Macy Bruging. Knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Dutch.
The pace that you're seeing right now is what I'd expect the entire game to be. Both of these teams like to push pace in the full court. They also like to be very aggressive defensively. So I think this officiating crew has picked up on the fact that it's going to go both ways, and they're going to let it get a little physical. Players are going to need to adjust.
Chloe Pepperly is checked into the lineup now for Xavier. She was defending there, and a great move by Addie Ketterhagen. 4-point lead, Oostburg. That was Addie's second basket of the game.
Great ball movement by Xavier, kind of trying to let Peterson establish inside.
A near turnover. Pepperly got it back and then turns it over. So back the other way we go for the Lady Dutch. Lady Dutch coming in with a record of 27-2 on the season. Xavier at 20-10 out of the Bay Conference.
Both teams going a little bit deeper in their lineup early, saving those legs for this type of a game.
On the drive, it's Van Ness on the bucket.
Nice job challenging at the rim. They knew Xavier was going to run them off the three-point line this game, so Coach Ketterhagen really said it was important that they're going to need to get to the rim and finish inside.
Here's the kick and the swing. Bucket no good. Rebound bucket, yes. Bryn Kroll.
Offensive rebound putbacks, just like a pass coming to you when your teammate misses one. Just hustling and finishing that shot. Great job by Bryn.
Here's Riley Ketterhagen letting it launch from long range. Coming out of there with it is Haley Hafner. Up ahead, Annika Hyman inside. No, but a foul. Bryn Kroll will go to the free throw line. Look at the action on the other end here.
Great job finishing through traffic. And on the other end for Xavier, Annika Hyman did a great job of maintaining body control and finding Bryn kind of crashing in for that pass before she turned the ball over. That was a really heads-up play by the junior guard.
Bryn Kroll at the free throw line. One of the true inspirational stories of this state tournament, having to overcome 2 ACL injuries.
Yeah, she's had a lot of adversity in her life, and she's handled it so well. Says a lot about her character.
It's a good one so far. Here's a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Back here at the Resch Center, Oostburg and Xavier. And Michelle, these two teams have some history from back in the day. This is a picture from the 8th grade tournament in Michigan.
If you feel like they know how to defend each other, a lot of these girls play on the same club basketball team together, Wisconsin Thrive, and they have known each other for so long. This is the last time the junior class met up. It was an 8th grade tournament, and on the end is number 14, Kinsley Ketterhagen, playing as a 6th grader with that 8th grade team.
So these two teams know each other well, even though they're not in the same conference.
Yeah, they don't play each other in the regular season, so this is a big matchup for them to have them come against each other on this stage.
More quick hands from Annika Hyman. Bryn Kroll swings it around.
Great defense by Oostburg on the perimeter.
Inside. Good shot, couldn't get it to go. Rebound cleared by Van Ness. Oostburg on the run.
Lentz did a nice job of just staying real vertical there, not committing a foul on the putback attempt.
Addie Ketterhagen with Pfefferly on her. Rebound comes off. Here comes Hyman on the run.
Xavier does such a nice job on the open break.
Talinsky lost the handle on the spin. Turnover, Lady Dutch headed the other way.
This team, neither of these teams commit a lot of turnovers. I think Xavier had 6 versus Elk Mound on Thursday, and Oostburg only had 9 versus a very powerful Laconia defensive team. So some early turnover issues for both teams in this game.
Rattles out a 3. Pfefferly looking for someone. Top of the key, that's a long 2-pointer. It's just off the mark by Talinsky. Now Oostburg headed the other way. Up by 2. Been stuck on 11-9 here for a while.
Pfefferly's doing a great job off the bench. She's an excellent defender. She's got a high basketball IQ. You really see her kind of creating some of these defensive turnover situations. Got caught on a foul on that one, but she's just doing all the little things well as she comes in the role that she's on.
That's 14 fouls now on Xavier. Oostburg with just 1. Just over the halfway mark of the first half of our Division III championship. In case you're just joining us, earlier today, Assumption took the Division V title. And then Cuba City won the state title in Division IV. Van Ness with Peterson on her. They swing it.
Xavier wanting to leave Peterson inside, kind of protecting on that rim challenge, and then also being there to pick up those defensive boards.
Addie Ketterhagen, that 3-pointer's off the mark, clearing the rebound, Joy Kroll. And now Xavier with a chance to tie again, or maybe take the lead with a 3.
Faith Hafner really stepped up in their Thursday game as well. She finds ways to create mismatch opportunities from the perimeter.
On the drive, Bryn Kroll looking for someone. Hafner. Now Joy Kroll. Bryn Kroll for 3. And Kinsley Ketterhagen comes out of there with it.
Xavier's doing a great job getting back on defense.
Kinsley Ketterhagen. Rebound loose, scooped up by the Hawks. We're going to get the lid off these 2 hoops, Michelle. We've been stuck here.
Well, and they're both good 3-point shooting teams, but again, I think the defensive effort being brought is really making them uncomfortable with their release.
Oostburg gets a reload. Back to Bryn Kroll, who can't connect on a three. Joy Kroll tracks it down. Ketterhagen with a steal. And the lay-in.
Defense to offense, that is the way to play at the state tournament. Really just relying on when the shots aren't falling, you got to manufacture points where you can, and getting points off turnovers is a great way to do that.
Hawks trying to manufacture something. They made just one of their last 9 field goal attempts. And another turnover. Van Ness had it that time. Excuse me, Lentz.
Oostburg looking to maybe slow it down a little bit. We've got some tired players right now, pushing pace the entire time, and you're playing your second game in 3 days, and both had intense games in their semifinal also.
Addie Ketterhagen starting to heat up. She now has 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting.
Xavier looking for an answer here. It'd be a good possession to score, and they've had some empty possessions. It takes a little bit of wind out of your sails early, so they just have to stay poised and find the points where they can.
Turn to your leading scorer, Bryn Kroll, who finally breaks the ice after a long drought that lasted more than 4 minutes. Kick in the corner. This is Van Ness loading up a 3. And back the other way. Bryn Kroll with the rebound.
Neither team getting a lot of second chance attempts right now. It's a lot of one and done when you take those shots.
Talinsky with a mid-ranger. And now a timeout for Isaiah Ketterhagen. Maybe for a substitution and maybe for some players to catch their breath. The pace has been pretty up-tempo.
It's been back and forth, and I think coach was realizing that they weren't getting as much out of their possessions maybe as they wanted to, and both coaches now having an opportunity to kind of slow everything down and remind them of what they want to do to, both teams play with a little more control on offense. They seem to be sped up a little bit, and again, that's probably due to the defense that they're seeing.
Oostburg only played 6 players the other day on Thursday against Laconia, and we're seeing a substitution now. Taylor Brasser is checking in for the first time, wearing number 40. She didn't play on Thursday.
Yeah, I think they're going a little bit deeper in their lineup, and that's a good idea early because you want to make sure that you're not getting those legs. The legs are already tired from Thursday, and you want to make sure that you're keeping them fresh for the second half.
Macy Brugink back in now for Oostburg as well. There's a high pick by Brasser. Ketterhagen couldn't get the shot.
Great defense.
Another high pick.
Using Brasser for a little high ball screen, just kind of trying to get the pressure off just a little bit. Get her in there as a screener, free up your shooters.
Kinsley Ketterhagen couldn't connect. Joy Kroll on the push the other way. A little 2-on-3. Bryn Kroll thought about a 3. Bryn to Joy Kroll. Now a 3-pointer on the way. That's just off the mark. Faith Hafner on the attempt. Back the other way. Oostburg. Kinsley Ketterhagen. Spin, contact, and a foul.
And even though that possession for Xavier didn't net any points for them, it was a little bit more their style with a little more controlled ball reversal action around the perimeter.
Kinsley Ketterhagen had those 20 points against Laconia in the semifinals. Only a freshman, she's already receiving Division I offers.
And I think she's played up, as we showed that picture before. She's been playing up, having 2 older sisters, I think has helped a lot. And one of the sisters on the Xavier team, Elle Kroll, they've got 3 sisters on that team as well. You just don't see Elle because she's out with an injury right now, but a lot of family on these teams.
Yeah, we'll take a timeout and hear a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Oh, they're having some fun with the air guitar here at the Resch Center. We're having fun here too, courtside. Division III championship. Oostburg leading this one 17-11. Shooting for both teams. And a bit a bit of a struggle. Oostburg just 1 of 9 from three-point range. Remember, they were 8 of 21 on Thursday, and Xavier, it's been tough going overall, although kind of similar to what happened to them on Thursday.
Right, I think Thursday, if you look at Oostburg's totals, though, they shot 50% from the three-point line in the first half. Len Laconia adjusted their defense at halftime and held them to 22% in the second half. So I think, you know, they can go hot and cold from the three-point line, and Xavier's really, you know, just rolling the dice and selling out to run them off the three-point line and are allowing a few more points in the paint.
Haley Hafner at the free throw line, just a sophomore. You saw how quick she was, and she brings some offense off the bench, averaging over 9 points a game.
She is really, like, to be second in scoring coming in the role that she is just a testament to how athletic she is and poised. Just sophomore guard, doesn't have a lot of size on her, but she actually plays really fast and plays really, really strong.
4-point game as we approach the 4-minute mark here in the first half. Kingsley Ketterhagen rebounded inside, and it is Faith Hafner.
Great ball screen defense by Xavier. Now Oostburg gets a chance to see it as well, as they're running very similar offenses on both sides of the ball.
Joy Kroll swings it across. Talinsky.
Coach Vandehei talking about how Talinsky is the negotiator of the team. She's such a great communicator and gives her so much credit. He said he's in sales and he'd hire her in a second. She's just the kind of person you want in your business.
In the corner. Van Ness. Back out. Riley Ketterhagen. Finding the going tough in the lane. Van Ness is going to let one fly from 3, but it ends up right in the hands of Bruging.
Again, nice job with those offensive rebound putbacks. You're not getting a lot of open looks against either team, so you've got to make the most out of what you get. Just like we were talking about, Talinsky doing the little things well. She got up the court in transition and finished at the rim. Great points in transition for Xavier.
Talinsky now with 3 points in this one. Here's another driving kid.
Van Ness sets up things well with assists for teammates. She had some big moments in Thursday's game as well.
This is Van Ness with it now. Runs into some trouble. And that's going to be a foul on Faith Hafner. Tried to go for the steal, but was just a tad late.
Just came across her body a little bit.
We'll take a timeout here with 2:26 to go until halftime. Here's a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Festive atmosphere here on Championship Saturday at the Rest Center with Oostburg leading this one by 9. About 10.5 minutes to go. Oostburg making their 11th trip to state, but just the first time since 2012. It's a program that has a rich, strong history, especially back in the 90s.
Yeah, there was a time in Wisconsin State basketball where you heard Oostburg often in the state tournament lineup. More recently, it's been Xavier quite a bit.
Yeah, Xavier making their 4th trip to state. They were the runner-up last year and in 2015, but still looking for that first WIAA state title.
Really disciplined offense by Xavier right now, taking care of the ball.
In the corner, Bryn Kroll with a great look at a 3. Rebound comes off to Addie Ketterhagen.
Now Oostburg's looking to get out in transition. They do that so well. They push pace and have those little pitch aheads.
Macy Brugging up to 4 points. Hyman on the drive and the scoop. Well done.
Coach Van Eyck talks about her being one of the most efficient scorers on their team. And her shot selection is very good, and she can also make points in the paint, even as a guard.
Kinsley Ketterhagen in the paint. Now Riley Ketterhagen. Try to post up inside.
Great defense by Pfefferly.
Joy Kroll on the layup on a beautiful pass. And, you know, Xavier just kind of hanging around here, folks, even with their cold shooting.
I think they're doing what they need to, though, to kind of take the wind out of the sails of Oostburg now. It's kind of like one possession at a time, being efficient or using your defense to fuel your offense. Just the little things make a big difference when you're trying to chip away at a double-digit lead.
Fast break baskets on both sides. First Oostburg, and then here, Haley Hafner delivering the goods to Joy Kroll. Oostburg looking for a bit of an answer here. Leading by 7. Tough defense by Hyman.
She does such a great job of keeping her hands high and just being quick with her feet.
Brugging's 3, no good. Kinsley Ketterhagen saves to Addie, and she fights her way. Xavier headed the other way. A chance to cut that lead down further. Hyman. Bryn Kroll for 3. Got it!
And that's what she needed. She needed one to fall to just feel comfortable. Good shooters shoot, and she's just brought her team within 4 points right now.
Yeah, the team's leading score is up to 12 on the day. This thing's tightening up here at the Resch. Kinsley Ketterhagen draws the foul. She'll go to the free throw line. Watch Bryn Kroll. Again, a lot of these three-pointers I've seen, not just today, but all week, been from the college line. These players aren't afraid to launch it from way beyond the high school arc.
No, and I think when the line moved back, I think players who, again, have those goals of trying to get a chance to play at the next level after high school, I think the message received is you can't toe the high school three-point line. You've got to be able to shoot from beyond it. And I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the range increase. And of course, there's the Caitlin Clark effect too. So we haven't seen any logo pull-ups yet.
No logo pull-ups from the Resch Center insignia you see in the lower part of your screen.
Not yet. We've got a lot of basketball left today. Could see one.
Hyman on the drive. Nice little floater. Monica Hyman really picking things up both as a shooter and a creator.
She can find her points, and she doesn't have to score a lot, but when her team needs her to, she can finish well.
And that's going to be a foul on Hyman as she blasted through that pick set by Addie Ketterhagen. Watch Hyman, though, on the offensive end. 3 fouls on her, by the way.
That's hard. Ketterhagen was set, and I think that's a hard, that that was hard this year as a coach for me to explain to my players as well. You feel like you're getting screened, that should be the foul, but truthfully, you have to try to get around the screen. You can't blow through the screen, and I don't think she's intentionally blowing through, but the official calling that contact when you're set in a screen, if you run into them, that is a foul.
Lentz with the rebound on the offensive end. Addie Ketterhagen spinning and scoring. He leads back to 6 for the Lady Dutch. 3-ball, Joy Kroll.
That one was beyond the college line, too. Showing she has that range. Xavier knows they've got to try to exchange some points, 3s for 2s right now.
Timeout for Isaiah Ketterhagen and Oostburg, and we'll keep things right here with Oostburg leading this one 38-32 with 6:38 to go. Here's a look at that last hoop.
Kroll did a nice job of saying straight up, but Ketterhagen just elevating over the top.
I feel like every other basket that Addie Ketterhagen makes looks a lot like that, where she's had to fight through contact and kind of tough, hard-nosed hoop in the paint.
Yeah, I think she's worked a lot on her strength, and you can tell she's using her strength, dropping low and finishing high. So like you drop low to draw the contact, and then you finish high through it. And she's figured that out at the rim.
Yeah, Isaiah Ketterhagen telling us Oostburg's had to deal with a lot of injuries this season. In fact, out of 29 games this year, he thinks they've only been fully healthy for 9 of them. Yet here they are at 27-2. 6-point lead with 6:38 to go in the Division III state title game.
Still a lot of basketball left, and Xavier knows if they can get a couple stops and find some scoring on the other end.
Kinsley Ketterhagen inside, Riley. The ball defense has been terrific on both sides.
They keep their hands high. They just move their feet so
well. Riley Ketterhagen from Sister Addie and a big-time 3 for the Lady Dutch, and now the lead's back up to 9. Hyman couldn't connect that time. And the other way we go with Addie Ketterhagen. So far, every time Xavier's made a little push, Oostburg has had an answer. Riley Ketterhagen, 3-ball, Kinsley. That hit nothing. Rebounded by Talinsky.
Big rebound by Ali Talinsky. Needed that to be one possession and done, or one shot and done, excuse me.
Beverly gets a high pick. Joy Kroll. She's left open for 3.
That was a great screen by Ali Talinsky.
Bruging battles for the rebound, and we're headed the other way. Ketterhagen getting in the paint. That's where she is so dangerous, and she'll get a couple of free throws.
That'll be the 4th foul on Beverly as well.
Yeah, a master at drawing that contact inside. So Addie Ketterhagen will step to the free throw line, where she's 7 of 8 today. And the school's all-time leading scorer adding to that tally. Badass back in the lineup, replacing Jordan Lentz for Oostburg.
And also, Coach Vandehei bringing Faith Hafner back, realizing she has 4 fouls, but we need to have her on the court. She's a senior, and we need her on the court right now.
Timeout on the floor with Oostburg up by 11. Here's a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Oostburg leading by 16, 2:40 to go in our Division III championship. And Xavier had that lead cut down to 4 about halfway through the second half, Michelle, but then Oostburg went on that run.
You know, Xavier coming in as the 4 seed, battling to get to the semifinal game and competing as hard as they have. You can't say enough about the heart on this Xavier Hawks team.
It's a scoring drought that's approaching 5 minutes for Xavier. They've had a couple of those scoring droughts in this one.
Great hustle play again by the sophomore Haley Hafner.
Pepperly in the lane, somehow found some open space, but couldn't get it to go. It's a 14-2 run now for Oostburg. Content on running some clock as we approach the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, 12-0 run, that's hard. It's hard in any game, but it's really hard in this environment. And there's a lot of good energy in the Rush Center today, but it's also a high-pressure situation, and when things are kind of ticking down, you can see emotions start to take over for teams. And it's the best part of basketball is this weekend. It's also sometimes the hardest part of basketball for some of these teams also, and it's so incredible to get here. We're a state where only 4 teams make it in each division. Other states have more teams at their state level, and when you make it here as a program, it brings your whole town out, and there's just a lot of pride and energy for both of these teams here today.
Allie Talinsky back in the lineup for Xavier. Riley Ketterhagen at the free throw line. Surpassed the 1,000-point mark in her career back in January. She'll have another year, another season at Oostburg to add to that. Brinchball sliding through, couldn't get it to go, but she'll get a couple of free throws, junior guard.
We talked about the injuries that Oostburg has been through. Bryn Krall before this year had played 3 high school games in 2 seasons. She had an ACL tear her 8th grade year, came back, played, and then tore her ACL, another ACL, and it's, sat out last season and had to watch her team be here at the state tournament. And I think she's just been really driven this year to take that adversity and turn it into something positive. And you just also watching her younger sister Elle go through an ACL tear as well. It's like there's a lot of adversity that these girls have been through, and so the pressure of the state tournament getting here, that's a testament to their character.
An amazing story, that's for sure. Bryn Krall up to 12 points, leading Xavier.
Oostburg content right now to spread out and keep Xavier's defense a little bit on their heels.
And the 3 Ketterhagens playing a little weave out top, trying to kill some clock. Here's Addie Ketterhagen. Now both coaches getting ready to empty their benches. Under a minute to go. And now a timeout. This is going to be by Isaiah Ketterhagen and Oostburg. And Michelle, I don't want to get too far away from this moment, but let's look into our crystal ball for a moment. I'm looking at Xavier's roster, and we got the Kralls are coming back. Annika Hyman, just a junior. Haley Hafner is just a sophomore. That's a group. That's
Keeper. Yeah, there's
state tournament experience coming back, and Oostburg has all 3 Ketterhagens coming back. Macy Brugink is just a junior. I mean, we could see a repeat right back here at the Rush Center next year in Division III, but we'll have to see.
We definitely could, but Aubrey Van Ness and Kaylee Schmidt, those seniors on that Oostburg team, they've been great role players for Coach Ketterhagen, and that'll, it'd be hard to say goodbye to them even with the gold ball. And on the Xavier Hawks side, Allie Talinsky, Faith Hafner, just great effort by the seniors of both of these teams too. So yeah, you look into the crystal ball, but you also look back with a lot of pride if you're these 2 programs on what you've built and what's gotten you here.
Yeah, and I say that possibility not knowing what the tournament performance factor might work into that situation for next year. But anyway, two outstanding programs with bright futures and a lot more winning to come. But here in the moment, Oostburg has been sensational, holding off Xavier on a couple of late runs here in the second half. Some substitutions now. We'll see if we can get everybody here for Oostburg. Let's see. I see Josie Spielvogel into the lineup. Allison Schmitz wearing number 11.
Number 12, Kaylee Schmitz.
Kaylee Schmitz in the lineup.
For Xavier, we have some new players in as well. You've got Lena Peterson, number 50. Emma Lapp, number 20.
Anna Brightman wearing number 12. Here's a 3-ball on the way. Off the mark that time by Josie Spielvogel. And here comes Hyman out of there with it. Hyman all the way to the basket.
She's another one that she's a junior. She'll be back with the Xavier program next year.
And now the final 10 seconds and another substitution. Taylor Brasser in, replacing Jordan Lentz, one of the few seniors on Oostburg's squad, and how special that must be for her.
Addie Gephardt coming in the game also. She's a 9th grader for the Lady Dutch.
Ludo Giulianelli, a foreign exchange student from Italy, wearing number 5, is checked into the lineup. Final moments here in our Division III. Oostburg, state champs in 1990, 94, and 2008, and now in 2025.
Again, these moments are always tears of joy and tears of heartache, but both teams getting a great opportunity to take some hardware back to their high schools.
Xavier will bring home the silver ball for the 2nd year in a row. A sensational run the last couple of years, and as we talked about, there's more winning to come for both these programs. These two teams who know each other so well. We'll be back to hand out the gold and the silver. Right now, a word from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. It's Oostburg 49-36 winners over Xavier in our Division III state title game. Let's hand out some trophies. We'll send it over to our PA announcer, Brian Kuklinski.
Ladies and gentlemen, the WIAA Board of Control invites you to participate in the award ceremony for these two teams that have just completed their tournament competition. Representing the WIAA Board of Control is Dennis Burr from Fall River, Carl Morin from Northwestern, Corey Hinkle from Luck, and Brian Nadu from Ellsworth, as well as WIAA Assistant Director Melissa Gehring, and the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser. At this time, we would invite the members of the Xavier Hawks to come forward as I call your name to receive your individual award. Number 1, Elle Kroll. Number 2, Haley Hafner. Number 3, Bryn Krull. Number 4, Braylee Keeper. Number 5, Joy Krull. Number 12, McKenna Brightman. Number 13, Chloe Beverly. Number 20, Emma Lapp. Number 21, Allie Tylinski. Number 22, Faith Hafner. Number 24, Annika Hyman. And at number 50, Lena Peterson. We'd now like to invite head coach Andy Vandehei to come forward to receive your team's trophy. We would now invite the members of the Oostburg Lady Dutch to come forward and receive your individual awards as I call your name. Number 0, Addie Ketterhagen. Number 1, Riley Ketterhagen. Number 2, Jordan Lenz. Number 3, Johanna Molina. Number 5, Ludo Giulianelli. Number 10, Macy Berging. Number 11, Allison Schmidt. Number 12, Kaylee Schmidt. Number 20, Addie Gebhardt. Number 23, Kingsley Ketterhagen. Number 30, Lucy Sorens. Number 32, Aubrey Van Ness. Number 33, Josie Spielvogel. And number 40, Taylor Brasser. We now invite head coach Isaiah Ketterhagen to come forward and receive your team's trophy.
Oostburg students yelling, Mr. K, Mr. K. Isaiah Ketterhagen leading the way for Oostburg, and look at those smiles. Lady Dutch celebrating with their students their 4th state title in school history in their 11th trip.
So exciting, a whole community behind them. Their student section really brought it today. Really cool moment for this whole program.
Well, it was Oostburg's 7-0 run at the end of the first half that gave them an 11-point lead at halftime. And then in the second half, we'll show you how they were able to put this one away. First on the run, Addie Ketterhagen to Macy Berging.
Great job with runouts the entire game for Oostburg, but Xavier kind of made some moments of their own. Bryn Crow's 3 here put them within 4 and really just sparked some life, and again attacking the rim. They had some success with that in the second half as well, so they responded early in the second half.
Yeah, they had a couple of really nice runs when it looked like the game was going to get away to get back into it, but then this is how Oostburg was able to put it away. Addie Ketterhagen on the bucket, and then Addie Ketterhagen to Riley Ketterhagen for 3. Xavier just 1 of 9 from the field down the stretch, and Oostburg celebrating that state championship. A golden moment here at the Rec Center. Final stats in this one, and really Oostburg getting it done from the free throw line, salting this one away. 19 of 22. Addie Ketterhagen was 13 of 14 on her own.
That's a lot of points at the line, and you know, when you're losing a game by 13 points and you're getting 19 at the line, that's a big difference maker for this game.
And defensively, Oostburg's defense able to hold Xavier in check as well.
Agree. They 27% from the field. That's going to be a stat that they're going to look back on, and it's going to sting a little bit. But again, they did a lot of things right, and their defense just kept going at Oostburg the best they could the whole game.
Addie Ketterhagen, 27 points to lead all scorers. She also had 9 rebounds and 2 assists. Bryn Crow leading the way for Xavier with 12, and Annika Hyman with 11. Time now to hear from the champs. Brad Hansen standing by with head coach Isaiah Ketterhagen and a couple of Lady Dutch. Brad, take it away.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Congratulations, Addie. Biggest game on the biggest stage, and you have 27 points. What did it mean to be able to put together that kind of a performance tonight?
I mean, it's everything. Since I've been 7 years old, I've dreamed of this moment. So being able to do it with my best friends and basically my whole family and friends watching, it's just so special. And obviously, all glory to God, and I couldn't do it without my teammates.
And Aubrey, you This is the final game of your high school career. You get to leave a champion. What does it mean that this team was able to send you off in style like this?
This is the best way to end. Our team was so much fun, and I couldn't be more thankful for this.
Awesome. Girls, you go celebrate while I talk to your coach, all right? So, Coach, I was outnumbered by Caterhagens there, and I think that's the case for most people around. What does it mean to you as a dad and as a coach to be able to do that with your girls and with this group of girls?
It's a ton of fun. I'm the first one to say it day one. They're constantly in the gym and they're doing their thing, but if you're around our practices, it's always the role players. We always talk about the role players are going to take us places. So we have 3 pretty good Ketterhagens, but we got a really good Van Ness and a really good Brugink and a really good Lentz and a whole supporting cast. So it's always a team thing.
And a bright future ahead. You've set the bar pretty high. What are the expectations for next year already?
You know, we're going to really enjoy this one. Nothing's a given. I don't think people understand how hard this is. I mean, Pewaukee had a heck of a run, and they were senior bound with those twins. And KML came all back, and they were seniors. So, you know, there's nothing to guarantee. So we're just going to really enjoy this one.
Well, go celebrate. Congratulations. State champions, Oostburg.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Scott, we'll send it back to you.